Hey guys, let's get more news about Miami Heat, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. On how a small action expands the dynamic between Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler. Upon Jimmy Butler's acquisition by the Golden State Warriors, it was easy to envision him running a plethora of two-man actions with Steph Curry, given how Butler has previously shown how well he can play off of smaller teammates, both as a screener and as a ball handler. The latter is of particular note. Butler's ability to handle the ball and make sound decisions dictates that actions involving a smaller teammate screening for him in inverted pick-and-roll setups should be a regular part of the diet. Previous possessions of Butler running inverted pick-and-rolls with Kyle Lowry in Miami are evidence of such. Of course, the Golden State Warriors are no strangers to the concept of the inverted pick-and-roll, having run it plenty of times with Curry as the screener for bigger ball-handling wings such as Jonathan Kuminga and Andrew Wiggins. Even Draymond Green, a unicorn when it comes to ball handling, has been a benefactor of Curry's deceivingly bone-crunching picks. It wasn't far-fetched to deduce that if Wiggins and Kuminga, who both profile similarly to Butler in terms of physical makeup but are inferior ball handlers and decision-makers, can thrive using Curry as the screener, there was reason to think that not only could Butler succeed in a similar setup, he could add more to it due to his superior ball handling, decision-making, and passing. With Wiggins' departure for South Beach and Kuminga continuing to be sidelined due to his ankle injury, the only viable candidates left for handling the ball with Curry setting the screen were Butler and Green, both notable for their low volume of three-point attempts as well as low efficiency from beyond the arc. But that did not stop the Warriors from theorizing Butler in situations that had him handle the ball with Curry setting the screen. They did not waste time in trying the action, running it as early as Butler's first game as a Warrior. The instance above was called with only theory in mind. Butler had virtually zero prep time, let alone any sort of practice, before the game against the Chicago Bulls. It was only before the next game against the Milwaukee Bucks where Butler and Curry were able to walk through a couple of inverted pick-and-roll scenarios together, with help from assistant coaches. While it's hard to deduce what exactly assistant coach Bruce Fraser is telling Butler above, Fraser pointing to the corner may have had something to do with the options Butler is presented with upon Curry setting the screen. Of course, Curry drawing attention and causing coverage confusion at the point of the screen allows for Butler to turn the corner and attack the rim. Alternatively, if too much attention comes Butler's way, he can pass the ball back to Curry on the pop, or to another teammate. Butler and Curry being polar opposites is what makes this setup potentially devastating. Butler is allergic to three-point shooting but is more than willing to attack the rim, while Curry is a supreme volume three-point shooter. Both of these traits, when combined, form the perfect framework of a pick-and-roll, regardless of who's handling the ball and who's setting the screen. Butler has previously matched Curry's excellence as a pick-and-roll ball handler. During the Miami Heat's 2022-23 regular season, one that eventually produced a finals run, the Heat scored 1.035 points per possession on pick-and-rolls where Butler was the ball handler. Per synergy, this includes possessions that ended in either a Butler shot attempt, a shot attempt from the screener, and a shot attempt from a third teammate to whom Butler passed to. That number remained above average during the 2023 playoffs at 1.020 points per possession. With those in mind, the two-man game between Butler and Curry was a sandbox of possibilities, and an avenue through which the Warriors' ailing half-court offense could be injected with an infusion of efficiency. When Fraser pointed to the corner while speaking to Butler, it may have involved the possibility of involving a third teammate in the action, namely, Green. During the Houston Rockets' attempt to rally back from a 24-point deficit, with just under 3 minutes left in the game and the Warriors holding on to a 7-point lead, Steve Kerr sauntered near the half-court mark to call for an inverted pick-and-roll. Kerr's hand signal for it is similar to the popular too-small taunt prevalent in the modern NBA. To keep things civil and simple, the Warriors call it small, which could be a reference to having a smaller screener, the prospect of having a smaller defender switch onto the bigger ball handler, or both. In any case, the ramifications of Curry setting a screen for Butler with Green in the strong side corner is by no means small. Before Curry can even come close to set a screen, Butler lasers the ball toward Green in the corner, with the intention of having Green run blind or dead corner dribble handoff action with Curry, another concept the Warriors have previously made use of to counter defenders sagging off of non-shooters such as Green and Kevin Looney. When Curry gets ready to receive the handoff by running toward the corner, he draws plenty of attention, as expected. Player grades. Assessing the Mavericks' 118-113 win over the Miami Heat. The Dallas Mavericks, 30-26, turned in a complete team game with a thoroughly incomplete roster on Thursday, coming away with a 118-113 win over the Miami Heat, 25-28, at American Airlines Center. 7 of the 9 Mavericks who played against the Heat scored in double figures, and Dallas found a way to get the stops the team needed in the fourth quarter after a game that seesawed back and forth all night. The Mavs and Heat exchanged the lead 32 times on Thursday, and there were 15 ties between the two teams desperate for a win going into the All-Star break. The Mavs' 4th win in their last 5 games was every bit as awkward to watch, perhaps even ugly, at times, as it was thrilling down the stretch. Here's how the boys grade it out, one last time before they can breathe a sigh of relief and kick their feet up over a well-deserved break. Cormac Carl Christie, everyone's favorite Maverick, was inserted into the starting lineup of this Mavericks triage unit on Thursday, and he was nothing if not consistent. His only misstep was deferring a little to the chuckers on the roster, namely, Spencer Dinwiddie, for stretches in the first half. He hit a beauty of a three-pointer from the left corner as the shot clock expired with 6:35 left in the second to tie the game, 37-37, though. Christie turned the ball over on his first touch of the second half, and the loose ball led to a wide-open jumper from Tyler Herro on the other end. He hit a tough runner in the lane over Duncan Robinson later in the third to inch the Mavs in front 84-80. He nailed a three-pointer from the left wing after an offensive board from Kessler Edwards to pull the Mavericks to within 1, down 102-101 with under 5 minutes to play. He forced the issue and converted inside on a key bucket that gave the Mavs a 116-111 lead with 1:07 to play, but bobbled the ball and airballed his three-point attempt the next time down, resulting in a shot clock violation. Luckily for Dallas, it didn't cost any more than one empty possession. Heat predicted to cut ties with Andrew Wiggins in blockbuster offseason trade for $194 million superstar. It became rather obvious the Miami Heat intend on continuing to compete in the Eastern Conference after dealing star Jimmy Butler for multiple win-now players and little draft capital. Their return package from the Golden State Warriors was highlighted by former number 1 pick Andrew Wiggins, who some believe could have great years in Miami. Others, however, are predicting Wiggins will see another change of scenery this offseason if Phoenix Suns superstar Kevin Durant is available on the trade market. Fadeaway World predicts the following blockbuster deal could take place between the Heat and Suns that pairs Durant alongside the all-star duo of Tyler Herro and Bam Adebayo. Heat receive, Kevin Durant. Suns receive, Andrew Wiggins, Haywood Highsmith, Jamie Jaquez, 2029 first-round pick, MIA, 2030 first-round pick, MIA. For the Suns, this is respectable value for a 36-year-old whose time in the NBA is winding down. Wiggins and Highsmith are ready to contribute right away, while Jaquez and the draft capital allow them to have some sort of future past their disappointing Big Three. This trade for the Heat signals they're going all in to get over the hump and hoist the Larry O'Brien Trophy for the first time since 2013. Butler hauled the team to the NBA Finals twice, but came up short on both occasions. The hope is Durant's all-time scoring production can prevent that from happening a third time. And you, fan? What do you think of Kevin Durant's situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.